Hello there, and welcome to the semifinals of the Plunder Release Tournament. I'm playing HolZ. Who knows? Um. All right. Let me fix this. Also, let me turn off spec chat. This this is a new bug for the world. This button's not shifting when I click it. So there you go, Severi, if you ever watch this. Okay, so new board. Okay, now I got it off. This board does look a little better than the other one, so that's something. All right, we have Inspiring Clerk and Patient Anvil. Patient Anvil is not very good, but Inspiring Clerk is probably can get some uses here. This board has pretty limited draw. It's only long ship for a long time until the cities activate. Whether the cities will activate is another question. So yeah, this is a bit of a... I'm not actually sure this board is better now that I've looked at it for half a second. Anyway, I think I will open Clerk and probably just Shaman. I wonder if there's something with Quartermaster. Sometimes just buying Quartermasters and having Quartermasters is valuable just for the pile control and the scoring aspects of it. If they don't have anything going on. Like if we can't actually build to a real deck here, there's certainly something to be said for having that pile, those pile options. So the other, now what do we get on for? Evil is a really bad patient. You'd really like to hit Forge here. I almost want to just buy another Clerk. Like, what are we doing when we hit these low value monies? Guess I'll add a second Shaman. I miss Ambassador so much. Shaman is kind of fun and does some interesting things that that Ambassador doesn't do, but Ambassador it's so sad that it's gone. Watch this, I can do this. This could potentially be very bad for you, though here it doesn't actually matter. But you know, it's kind of a funny interaction. What are we doing here? I'm still pretty unsure. And my clerks are just hiding. So I guess um, what's nice for me is that HolZ's shamans are hiding, which is probably worse than having the clerks hide. You get to put the quartermaster down though. You can do some with inspiring and clerk. You can do some kind of cute trash gain if with forge. If there are better trash for benefit stuff in here, you could do some really cute stuff. But just forge alone maybe isn't that exciting, but it's kind of interesting. I'm really not super sure on the first 5 here. It may be just better to take a quartermaster and compete on that front. This is a strange board. Basically have 2 pretty slowing attacks as far as the cycling goes. So it's not fast. Like here, if they don't trash, okay, they're gonna trash though. Not gonna matter. I'm not even gonna buy. I won't even do the reaction stuff. We're just gonna have 4 again here. Oh, did they do the thing in the wrong order? That's funny. It's funny because like all this reaction stuff, unless I have another clerk, is also just like pointless. Which I've done it too, but it's funny because going through the like button or the like inspiring reaction stuff, it's like is a way for you to potentially mess up, and just playing it straightforward is totally safe. I would have, if I was HolZ, I would have seriously considered not picking up the clerk unless I had a hand that already hit 7, or a hand that would hit 7 or 5. Like I'm not sure. I mean, you get to attack me, and it prevented me from buying a 5, so maybe it was okay. I may just Haven the Clerk here. This is a brutal game. I mean, this is the risk, right? If you Haven the Clerk, you run the risk of I don't know, letting them get to 7 or something. You just picking for Shaman or for Quartermaster. This is all crazy. It's so bad. I don't know what they're puzzling out, but yeah, I like the city buy. It seems well. Certainly, the anvils can empty if they choose to have that happen. So, I guess I take a silver. They'll probably be able to buy another 5 here. I'm winning the like deck battle stuff, but losing the losing the city fight right now. And it's not like I'm way ahead. I don't even know that I am markedly ahead in the deck battle stuff. We almost had 7 here, but and our quartermaster bottom decked, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, it would have been very nice to have it in hand this turn 10 here where I had a loose copper that was doing nothing for me. I would have been pretty good. But it didn't happen. Of course, getting to 7 would have been nice. It's actually a little bit of a hard sell to buy the forge, but now I'm taking this estate back and not getting to play. I mean, if you have a city in hand, yeah, this may get out of hand for me. The quartermass, I don't know how much the quartermass bottom deck here mattered, but certainly wasn't super good for me. They did have enough to. That's nice. So this, unfortunately, I don't know. Do we get to use the quartermass? Oh, we do. Well, I'll be. Maybe I should have, that's pretty cute actually. What do I want to take? Or gain? Just want to gain a haven? I got an anvil, which seems pretty bad. I don't really get it, but guess we can clerk can play the city before we decide. This stuff's gonna be I think I'm probably a bit behind here. Okay. Well, I have 5. We can get the draw. So we'll just take the haven. I don't know, like if I have 5, do I just, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a hard sell to activate the cities, but the piles aren't low enough that it's like scary for HolZ to do it. So they can probably just do it. That's fine, you can undo. No, it's totally. Oh, on there. Oh, right. Well, we can't go back that far. They're going to win this game anyway. Almost certainly. I mean, I guess it's not guaranteed, but we can try to pick up the estates. Guess we have a haven. I'm not sure what the value. Maybe taking the estates is too soon. There'll come a point though where we have like the 3 pile is right there. So do I get forge? I don't get to it. Oh no, I already did it. I don't know that I'm not sure we'll actually have time for this to do anything, frankly. Um, Top deck a clerk. Could top deck a copper. Guess I can buy long ships rather than city. I'm not sure the play wasn't just to get quartermaster though. I'm a little worried about piles. If I knew where the city stuff was, it'd be a little easier. I knew where their cities were. The forge may do next to nothing for me, depending. That may be a reason to save the Haven. I was thinking about picking it up here, but that may be a reason to save it. Because you don't really want to play the forge unless you've played some cities. Yeah, I mean, I think again, this is kind of the scary time. I don't know. Then for me, I mean, I guess I can trash the estate and gain the estate. Like if I go to lowering the, I'm not gonna buy the last city, but I mean, I guess you can also buy duchies, right? They're not. Interesting. Also, if you can get to a province, that's gonna pretty much wipe out the estate. Not that it's impossible for them to get it. I wouldn't wipe it out either. But I'm not going to buy the last city. Like, if they do activate the cities here, I can probably get province. At least a shot at it. Okay. I mean, we have to go for it. We did get there. Now, if they don't, I mean, if they pile right away, then obviously they just win. If they don't pile right away, we do have then this longship coming down again. Look at all these anvils. Why do they have... Wait. Is the count just messed up? There's only one anvil gone, but there's 2 listed on the quartermaster. That's actually pretty annoying because you don't really know their threat if the quartermaster stuff is just bugged. That's super annoying. There can't be 2 anvils there. I guess you just don't get to know what your opponent has. I also, unfortunately, here have not found the cities, so that's a bit of a bummer. There are still 3 more down in here somewhere. The forge is likely to be just too late to matter. I don't think I had 8. I think I did have exactly 7 when I bought the forge, but anyway, we can get the longship first. Here's something. Then we can do... You do get a lot of info before you have to make some of the start of turn choices, which is pretty nice. 2 buys. This is not estate pile out time. May never be estate pile out time, to be honest. Yeah, unfortunately, they're kind of in the spot where they have the better estate threat than me. So I'm kind of holding. I guess I could gain anvils as like pseudo estates. All this like is coming down to when do people draw their cities. I mean, I gotta just forge all this, right? They probably pile out. I mean, maybe not. You know. I guess it's a lot of gains still. There are 2 cities, I think, in my bottom 5, which is just unfortunate. But I think so. I think that's right. I'm not sure why they're trashing the estates. Because You don't have to trash with shaman. It is optional. So that's a little weird. To be sure. I wish I was tracking their city. It feels like they've maybe missed some cities too. It's 6-4, right? So this was the last one. I don't know when they shuffle. Don't know where I don't even know they have shuffled. I guess that's the other thing. We can save a. We don't quite have an. Well, actually, yeah, we could do that if we want to attack them. We can save the clerk. It's a little bit wonky, but it does work. I'm not sure if it's correct. And I guess we wouldn't buy anything. Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on where the things are living. I mean, you wouldn't really. I guess lowering Haven would be okay because it's not like they're going to pile those out and make the points. They're going to have to pile the states. On the other hand, a Haven's not real likely to help you that much, but. I think unfortunately they're likely to have quite a few cities in hand. So we both bottom decked the cities. It was pretty weird that they did go for the. Well, okay, they just didn't have to do. They just didn't have to do this. You can get the money without trashing, and I don't think it was correct at that point, though. Maybe. I have an anvil, which is basically like a pouch for the thing I care about. I mean, I have a win if they don't end it, but I expect that they will end it. Yeah, it had so many cities. They had a rough bottom deck too. Both of us had a rough city bottom deck. So the I don't know, that was definitely oppressive game. There wasn't a lot of play. Trying to time me, my forge doesn't look super compelling, but I don't know. I just don't know what you're getting beyond that. I mean, there's not like a way to get provinces super fast. So it's not like you can do that to defeat the pile out. I mean, and if you buy no cities, they have activated cities with, you know, drawing at least, and then they can build a engine. You don't have 3 pile threat. So I guess that's the idea. If you had enough quartermasters, like if you'd spent all those city buys buying quartermasters, maybe you hit province some, and you also have a little better of the estate threat. I can maybe see that. And like they don't lower the cities quite so well, so then they have drawing cities but not um nothing else. It was a weird one. This board is looking like it could be pretty rough, or it's just like, does your loot get plus buy? Unfortunately, that's pretty important here. Which is the thing that can happen. Because you're not really a good turn 3 for holes. I mean, mine's fine too, if the lookout doesn't miss. This is, I think you go ahead and buy the silver because you just want to be able to buy the wealthy villages. Nice thing about wealthy villages is it's terrible smuggler's target. At least for what you want from it here. That's kind of nice. Kind of interesting. I will try to buy, I think I'm going to take caravan here. I like the silver. I mean, I could buy silver as well. I am going to trigger a shuffle if my lookout doesn't miss. Actually, I'm going to trigger a shuffle that's all but guaranteed to do the hit the wealthy village. What would have been bad is if we had seen, you know, silver and investment together. As long as we only saw one of those, then it was guaranteed. Chalice will work. I will take it. As long as it has any plus buy, I'm good. And of course, it's going to help future wealthy village situations. So that's great. And obviously, earlier you get endless chalice, the nicer it is. It was a great chalice. This is one of the better chalices I've ever actually seen. Sometimes it can be a little underwhelming. But this is as good as it's going to get for chalice, I think. I mean, we could have like swamp shacks, right? That would boost it a little bit. So the question here is, do we want three or four? So there's going to be a state down there for the invest to hit anyway. Investment. Kind of think it's just the 3 and just take the fishing village. I mean, you're going to want a couple of those. Caravans are okay too. And we do miss the investment, but we do still have enough for another wealthy village. This is okay to trigger the shuffle, I think. Well, we're going to play it. We got to try and hit a copper or an estate. They buy Horde, which I think is pretty bad. I mean, unless you can empty the provinces really, really quickly, because the investments here can be worth just a massive amount. Well, there's no value in keeping the wealthy village, and we probably would like to do the trashing, so hammer's great here. Hammer's really good. Good loot so far. For sure. Now I think it's a point we've got the gains we can think about the buys. Assume they take a wealthy village. There's not really. Hopefully they get doubloons. Prize goat's pretty good. Um, not change your life good, but quite good. If we find, nah, that's pretty hard sell regardless. I still don't really like the horde that much, though. You could, I mean, if I guess if you just get to a point where you're double provincing, if you're doing that quickly enough, that's fine. I get wealthy village with nothing. I think at that point, probably a fishing village is better. IMO. Okay. This is not really triggerable, unfortunately. Because I would trigger it, but it's just not. So I guess we gotta set us. I mean, if we hadn't, we'd found the lookouts sooner, we could have done it. If we found the lookout one card sooner, we could trigger, because then we could have havened the village. If we didn't find a, whatever it's called. But with this, we can't really do it. So, we don't have. It would be triggering a shuffle with the magnate with no village. If we'd played the fishing village this turn, then it would have been fine too. But okay, so could go for a landing party, though I don't love that. Maybe we just go for a. This is also not super clear to me. I would kind of rather get. Well, this is a good draw. I'm gonna say I would kind of rather get Caravan, but if we find a treasure here, that's really nice. I mean, if we have a treasure top deck, I guess we can search for one with the lookout. Oh yeah, you gotta. I mean, they had more treasures here and they just didn't play them. But you need to just either. You just need to ask quicker. I mean, if you realize it after I'm done with my turn, then you can't get the undo. I'm more than happy to grant it after you've drawn your hand. That's not an issue. But after I play through my turn, I don't want to do that. I don't know. I mean, also, it's like the whole thing with Wealthy Village. If you weren't thinking about that, it's going to be a problem. I guess I'm going to play the lookout, even though it has some odds being quite sad. But it would be nice to filter to a treasure so that the magnate is at least a smithy. I don't know how much money they have exactly here. Okay, insignia not great. This is as good as we could hope there, basically. Okay, so you need to count the money up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. We can. Well, we're gonna trash. I don't know if it's double Wealthy Village, or I guess we can see what the first one gives us. I don't know if the smugglers ever has a place. Like a caravan. Let's see what this first one gets us. Okay. I mean, getting the draw is more important than anything, but you can play it a little more aggressively. They just have insignia, so they still haven't netted any gains. So maybe given that, we take a magnate, be a little safer. I'm not going to play this lookout. That seems a little scary to me. I guess you can go province wealthy village here. Okay, but one magnate is a little crazy. They're quite lucky to draw here, to be honest. Because the magnate stuff is not really there at the moment. So they get to do that, which is nice. So I don't think I'm going to play the lookout. It's just a little too scary to me. I'm going to whiff. Okay, well, that's just depressing. This is 3 wealthy villages and 2 magnates, I think. Well, no, not 3, but two wealthy villages, magnate, and the hammer. Two magnates, 2 wealthy villages, and hammer, which is obscene. But that's okay. We need to play what we've got, so otherwise, well, we're probably in trouble regardless, but we still need to play what we have. We can make up some of this with, how much do we have now? I wouldn't have minded a doubloons at all. I mean, this is just kind of brutal. I didn't deserve this bad, but it is what it is. They do run the chance of dudding some here. And there are enough points to come back, fortunately. Okay. So let's start on our quest. I still would not mind doubloons. Actually, let me think. Maybe better to play the orb. Well, whatever. Maybe next turn. We get a shield. Okay, that's another new one. Get it, Jules. That's another new one. Now my investments are more points than their provinces. And if they lower to 2 or something, I can triple. I think I have triple. I mean, I must, right? I just added. I mean, I have triple. I might even. No, I don't have quad, but. There's fortunately not a 3 pile. And also, fortunately, their buys are not going up anymore. So. We should be able to just even puzzle box our way to consistency while picking up the points. Okay. I think I have triple. I mean, I must. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. How many investments? Okay. We'll play the fishing village. I guess we need to make sure we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23. We need to take at least one of these for dollars. Is that right? It's gonna be funny if the Haven thing here costs me. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We can just take the. We don't have the money. We can just take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25. They got really bad loots. I got really good loots. So, Rich Treasure Map is pretty funny. I mean, this has got to be like. I don't know. Like Silver Lookout. I mean, you don't have to. The draw's not great here for a long time and until the curse is empty anyway. You could try to make a. I mean, you can open Lookout Watchtower and like there are some sequences there where you fly because you hit like mint, like a silver buy into a mint or something. Not impossible, but there's some disgusting. Like you draw. Anyway, it's possible. You basically have to stack, but. Okay, they're still thinking. I guess if you're super far ahead, you could get treasure map at some point. No, that's not gonna work. Do, do, do. Mirror City stuff is probably pretty good. One point. We may be struggling for a while. We'll get a watchtower eventually. Guess you could just try to play. I guess you could open watchtower fishing village too. Maybe I should have done that. I can believe that that's the play. There are some downsides to it, but. But I wouldn't be mad at somebody doing that and just like going hard for that, and then you like throw in a tiara, right? And you just kind of run from there. Okay. This is actually well, okay, this hand is not great, but we'll survive it. Obviously, I would love to swap the silver for one of the estates here. That would be pretty huge. As far as how good my turn was or my shuffle. I mean, if I get to do that, my shuffle is just like broken. So I guess it's payment that I hit the $5 Sea Witch turn 3 with coppers. I don't get the trash or the silver play. I guess as fair is fair. It's pretty bad though. It's not like losing bad, but it's not very good. They get to block right away, so that's something. Guess they're gonna do fishing village on top there with it. Can do different things. They also got to block, which wasn't unlikely, but wasn't particularly likely. You could either mirror Sea Witch here, or you can go fishing village Sea Witch. I don't know. We're drawing these lookout estate. This is just going to keep happening now that we have the deck kind of synced that way. Unfortunately, but hopefully we draw the Sea Witch. And then we'll buy like, I mean, here we'll probably buy fishing village, and then You know, it's the next couple of shuffles could go really bad or really okay. So that part was okay. I guess we could buy a normal city, not a fishing village. I mean, there's something to that. It's kind of nice to draw the what am I trying to say? Still haven't trashed a estate. Well, say okay. Yeah. And this is the point where the fishing village would have been nicer, but so I don't know. I'm not super in love with the city buys. Again, it's just like something we'll see if it ends up looking good. They can do Fishing Village Sea Witch again if they want. Which seems reasonable. There's like good, sad, and good lookout hits here, as always. Watchtower, okay. This is pretty good as far as that goes. Actually, it's honestly really good. As far as the scope of things that we could have drawn here, that was pretty incredibly good for me. I do need a tiara. I guess I could have got a tiara there. Maybe that would have been better than I kind of quick clicked the fishing village, but we are going to need a tiara. So don't know. This turn maybe. It was one of those things where again I probably could have waited to see if we get six at some point for the sea or for the mirrored fishing village, maybe something like that. I think 2 grottos is fine. I mean, it's a little bit. Well, grotto's an action, right? So it does work really well with the watchtower. Like really well. Well, we'd rather have the silver now. I guess we could have cycled another card, but there's definitely some nice grotto watchtower interactions. So the question now is whether we're close enough to here. Let's do this. I thought about grottoing with the watchtower, which might have been better than this. But this felt reasonable-ish. It definitely would have been a nice. You would grotto the 3 cards and then draw up with your watchtower. We get to filter a little bit anyway with the C whatever. See, that was what they're doing. There's a world here where we get to activate our cities and do a little playing of activated cities this very turn, which would be nice. This is kind of an interesting question for them. Not the best. Well, it doesn't, I guess, well, okay. That's pretty bad. What's the situation on the cursors? That was actually really unfortunate. I don't know if this lookout is very safe at all to play. It's like City, Sea Witch, Silver. City, Sea Witch, Silver. And then I don't know what. Probably a couple coppers, maybe a curse. It's a pretty scary lookout to play, unfortunately. This may be bad enough to swap them ahead of me. Now, on the other hand, we could maybe get the sack of loot now, which might give us some angle. We top deck it? I'm going to say no on top decking it. There was curse. We probably would have gotten out okay. We probably would have gotten out okay-ish. They fortunately don't have a grotto now, though they are going to have like cities. They'll probably draw deck. This is a surprising lookout timing, because I assume you can draw around to trash this curse, but I don't know. And I don't know what's set aside on grotto. What was set aside on grotto also. I mean, it's possible they just don't even have any of those things, but extremely unlikely. I guess if you only have one of them, you might go ahead and play it just to see. Right, if you don't have the Sea Witch in hand, then that makes a little more sense. You know, it would be pretty funny here. I guess it didn't work because you have to lose the tiara, but to do like mint sack of loot would be kind of wild. You may not want to lose the tiara, but if you had enough coppers here, maybe you just don't have enough coppers. Probably not. But that would be a pretty wild set of buys, and then you would just immediately mint another one. It probably is bad, but it would be kind of funny. It would certainly get you into sack of loot times very quickly. Realistically, probably what you want to do here is just mirror for as many cities as you can afford. And top deck them, if I had to guess what you actually want to do here. I don't know how much money they have in hand. It may not be a lot. I'm definitely behind. I mean, this previous turn was bad. Otherwise, if I have like a competitive turn here, I mean, if I'm the one who empties the curses and plays the cities, probably I'm winning. But the way it's gone here, it's likely that it's HolZ's favor now. I don't know. It's fine. They've made good decisions. What did they have? What did they have? They had 4. So they had 10. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They could have bought a grotto, right? But that's the only thing they would have netted by doing mirroring. They didn't have 11. If you had 11, then I assume they didn't have 11. I mean, I guess I don't know how the copper plane went down. Fishing village. So that, what do I have? 1, 2. I have the same amount. I have 10. I think we just, I mean, I can take the two loots and top deck the cities. Does that hit 8? Maybe that doesn't even hit 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It does hit 9. Wait, do I have 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 6, 10. Yeah, you just get $1 more for doing that versus that. So we could get the loots. I'm not sure how in control people are going to get. I guess I kind of want a grotto, actually. So now that I think about it, this has got to be a little better. Well, now the attack doesn't matter. I'm not sure I want it on top of my deck. So then that's a question of why am I even getting them, to be fair. But so mirror city, mirror top deck, top deck. I don't know that they're gonna activate. That seems pretty unlikely. That's the thing, is it's scary for anybody to try and just flip them now. You can buy 1 more, but I mean, you can lower them. You just run the risk of being quite sad. Unfortunately, I don't have. Well, this is nice though. Let's do this like this. I don't really know when we want to go for the lookout plays. There is another curse, but well, okay. Apparently, right then. Okay, we do draw deck. Okay, that's cool. Also, quite fortunately, I get to be the one to take the 5th city, which is cool. So we can have, well, there's a lot of different things we can have here. These decks are going to run a little weird. Tiara the Shield, which gives me the most money. What do we want to do money-wise here? Honestly, we really only need 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 12. We can do City, Sea Witch, Grotto. Didn't look like we were going to quite. Okay, that's actually fine. Maybe even more than fine. We really need a grotto. I was going to say we could do double Sea Witch, but I think nobody has the buys yet. Another TR would be good just for that purpose. But I feel like draw is just a little better now. Yeah, and so I got to add the 5th city. There's no mid-turn gaining of the city, so they just can't take the other one. It's going to be too risky. That's not entirely true though, right? There is a spell scroll would be very powerful. That's actually a good point. A spell scroll would be very powerful. Like if you top deck a spell scroll, that's actually killer. Well, I didn't even think about that. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have TR'd that sack of loot. That's actually crazy. The other thing I forgot is that you can trade $1 for a buy on the grotto pile out. So like this is 12.17 right now. If you don't have 7 buys, you can do it for 19 and 5 buys or whatever. So that changes there. And also, of course, you can just do the 5s more cheaply. Like you only need how much money? This may come down to someone getting a spell scroll, which is crazy. For the cities and the sea witches, you only need 4, 12, 7, 22. That's still a lot of money. It is still totally wild that there's shield autoplay. There's just not a shield autoplay. Oh well. Their grottos are kind of off, which is... Oh no, they're not. Never mind. They're fine. They don't have a lot of money. Or not a huge amount of money. So they haven't played Sack of Loot. I guess that's the other thing is even if they activate, even if let's say they get spell scroll here. If I score, it may not be enough money to have the $5 extra. I'm not sure. What are they going to have? I mean, they're going to have around 10 or so. They may have colony. 6. No, they can't have colony. Because they can have at most $10. And nobody has multiple silvers. Okay, Jules is fine. And Jules isn't scary, at least. Hammer is not super scary either. They shouldn't top deck those, I don't think. That's got to be wrong. But anyway. Okay. Yeah, so we could try to do the mid-turn grotto play again. I don't know how likely we are to get something out of it versus just seeing if we get around to the truffle. We have 5 cities and 2 sea witches, so that does get us around. On the other hand, it's totally possible to get a little bit of draw. What are we going to be at when we discard here? Well, we just have quite a big hand already, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we play it, we get down to 3 cards in hand. But like, I mean, that would be kind of okay. It's like if we can set, if we discard a couple of these, and if we drew like a copper or something, 4, 6, 7, 8, if we drew a copper, we could go down to 5, 4, which would draw a couple cards. Versus our situation now, which is that we have to, there's not really a reason not to try it. I think. How big do we, like, does this get us down if we do the estates? We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it would get us a card at this point. If we draw a copper, then maybe that makes it worth it. I mean, none of it's particularly inspiring, but We are going to end up, what's going to happen now is we're going to draw the crud. There's a silver down in there. It's like silver 2 curses. We didn't hit the curse, which is unfortunate. If we discard this, all we can, this is, we got to discard the city actually, which is kind of weird, but this gets us more money. We just found the lookout a little bit at the wrong time. A little bit at the wrong time. Okay, so how much money do we have? We have the 5 buys. Mm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12. We can get to 17, or we can get to 19, which is pretty good. We're gonna top deck. I mean, we need to top deck a Sea Witch, I think, and buy a colony. The question is whether we want to do the loot, sack a loot, which would give us 17, I think. We're at 12, 15, 17, yeah. Still gets us. I guess the other option, we don't have 20, but I guess the other option is do the tiaras. Or is do a tiara. Well, that's just going to win it. So now we don't even really need to do a Sea Witch. But we probably want to. Well, it's that or do a what did they get off their loots, Julie? Guess we need, can they do estates? Well, they can't do both of these, right? They don't have 9 buys. This is not a very good hand though, so. Now we do get to filter through like 7 cards. They got a lookout hit. Pretty nice. I don't know how much they're gonna score. It would need 9 buys and $21 to win. I don't think that's an issue. I wonder if I should have bought a tiara the previous turn. Like the turn previous to this last one is what I mean. Didn't really ever check if there was a pile out on with the tiara hammer thing. I guess the points are gonna be a problem. For HolZ. On it. Oh, that's interesting. They go ahead and do it like that. I don't actually. I guess I'm gonna have it in hand probably, but not really in hand yet. Now it is. Oh. Server errors, issues. We can restart. Okay. Guess we're on to game 4. Now I cannot connect to the game. Now I can. Okay, so we have this time very weak draw. Kind of brutal stuff, really. What's our pious sack of loot? I don't even know like how you proceed here because I guess you buy Tiara, right? So you can top deck Siren. But other than that, you can go, I don't know. I guess you take silver. Should work with TR. I think, yeah. Or the TR. The ones that don't work are the ones that instruct you to gain it directly top of deck. A good Tiara Silver, Tiara Astrolabe, Tiara C chart's little whatever. The trashing's not here, so like we're gonna buy Sack of Loot certainly. But it's not gonna like this is gonna be messy. It's just the way it is. Maybe even go Tiara Void. It's not like the it's not like the buy here is particularly useful. What does a void let you do? 3 cards. Feel like you do it. I don't know. Okay, that didn't work. Still maybe okay. The meaningless of void. This should be mining road. I don't really know. Don't really know. The void didn't work for me. Womp womp. It's okay. The sirens. This is just gonna be nasty. Truthfully. But it's okay. Maybe we should got longship. I don't know. Longships are fine, but the village is doing almost nothing here, and the other stuff is not that good. I mean, it's kind of nice to like draw a hand that has $6 and can trash a curse. Like if you do a sack of loot, pious sack of loot, but not a good pious. I don't really know what is tough about this avoid particularly, but because I don't know what's in there. I mean, surely you're just avoiding however many estates you see plus however many coppers you need left over to make your 3. Can't imagine anything else is relevant. It was a little confusing, but you can do Bank Astrolabe, Bank Abundance, I guess. Look at that. That's pretty good. Maybe you do it. You can, I mean, you can stack it up. You can stack the abundances up. And then eventually buy a green card or buy an action card. We'll try it. We still had to kind of go through the steps here to get the sirens, whatever. That was required. Was not optional. Gets a nice avoid here. I don't know if Void Astrolabe is better than like a mining road, but I just like the Mining Road loot interactions and the Mining Road bank interactions, which I think are quite cute. They just buy nothing. I don't know if I like that. You had a lot of money there. You have to buy some of the expensive stuff eventually. Or maybe I need to do it since I have the I don't know where my estates are exactly. Hopefully we draw the tiara. That was not a very good turn for HolZ. That's weird. I don't know what happened there. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? 8? Oh wait, this works, doesn't it? Right, because the sack of loot gives $1, so it's like 5. So we can do this stuff. We can make it all happen. And we can top deck shield. Beautiful. I'm not sure I deserve that, but I will take it. And then that's it. Really need a shield autoplay. Can't be like how many minutes of work is it to have a shield autoplay? I mean, in all honesty, I guess it depends on how weird the mode autoplay looks, but or maybe the real question is how weird is it to have the interface for a non-supply card? I don't know. Maybe that's the barrier, but the doesn't seem very. Doesn't seem like a real challenge. Someone just let me at the repo. Someone give me access. I'll do it. I don't know anything about it. I'll do it. We'll have a shield autoplay within a day. Maybe not. What if I'm crazy? Well, we know I'm crazy. So I do think the abundance bank thing probably isn't actually that good. Unfortunately. It would be kind of fun if it were that good. But I sort of suspect that it is not that good. Oh, prize goat. That's pretty nice. I mean, you'll take it. How many buys did I have when I did this thing? How many treasures would I have to have had in play to make the bank? The bank would have been worth 6. The bank would almost pay for itself. We almost had a hand. Yeah, we weren't quite there, but this hand where I did the sack of loot and the siren was pretty close to being able to do bank for free, sack of loot, siren, which would have been wild. Like this hand here, well, they don't have the mining road, right? Well, that's a little sad. We didn't find anything. I guess there's nothing. Well, the sack of loot, right? I'm gonna say I guess there's nothing to find, but there is something to find. It's sack of loot. The thing to find is sack of loot. let's go double avoid. I would rather get the big. I'd rather get the big juicy turns. You know. Um. Also, better chance at blocking. There are a number of things. Now, this way does mean we don't get to trash the curses, but. There's not really good reasons to delay the provinces forever and ever. Once you've started along some of this, so I don't really intend to do that, but okay, so what do we want to tiara here? Actually, the real question is, what do we want to sack, or what do we want to mining road here? One, two, three, four, five, six. So the bank is in fact pretty cheap. To do single province, I guess we could. Let's TR the sack of loot. We want to top deck it. No, I forgot about the voids. Maybe we want to. Maybe we want to play one of these. We can buy the bank for free, but then we don't get to do the avoids, which are probably pretty good. Well, we can just buy the bank and just do the avoids and don't buy the province. That's also possible. Okay, so we have this guy. Do we want to top deck it? Insignia pretty bad. One, two, three, four, five, six. So the bank is free. I don't know if that's the best use of our time, but what I'm gonna do, there is something maybe now to doing the astrolabes or the abundances. Or do we just go in with the tiaras, you know? They don't get to hit a curse there. Okay, more trashing though. Not bad. But no siren play. I don't know if the goats will matter. I mean, you just don't know if they're pairing with anything useful. Kind of ever. Always the question. This is a lot of coppers, which sort of sucks, but I guess it's just all the coppers. We would have rather they bottom decked, but so be it. I mean, they were waiting on top. A few of them. I'm not worried about that. I really am not worried about this kind of stuff at all. I would just like to not go backwards through my entire turn. It's not really an info thing. I just don't want to replay my turn. Why a long ship? I'm not sure about the long ships. I just don't know if there'll be time. It's always the question. Always a question. Okay. So we don't quite have enough. We have 5 buys though. Is there anything really cute to do here? I mean, we could buy some astrolabes. We're not triggering a shuffle. We get to do 2 cards. The banks do yet again pay for themselves. Whether we get then one of the banks nets money, but not a huge deal. We could put a long ship on top. The risk there is that the siren is fully bottom decked. And that's probably pretty bad. Now, if it's not, then that would rule. We also have like tiara loot stuff, so we can get maybe we just do it and try it. Oh no, we did mess it up. The other thing we risked was that's a little unfortunate, but so I don't know. 3. Honestly, it feels like to me just buy provinces now at this point. We're going to hit it most of the time. I don't think they're like super in a good position to score a lot. I think we took a risk there. The long ship into siren, if we'd hit that, we'd probably get a triple province turn. Because I would have just bought I would have just, if I had it in hand, I would have just done pure avoids and we would have, cleaned up. I mean, their deck's pretty good now, but I doubt. Okay, so they get to block 2. You don't have bank, right? Yeah. Okay, I think even now, I think you hammer for estates, and I think you just go full green. There's some worlds where we draw a really bad bank turn that just doesn't do anything, but somewhat unlikely. Well, that's unfortunate. Depending on how this draw goes, though, may double again. That was sad, but what can you do? I don't think they can triple. But I don't actually know. Maybe they can triple. I mean, in the world where they triple, what was I going to do against it anyway? I guess only triple isn't actually enough to win either. And even triple give curse is not enough. That sucked that we drew this siren, this other siren. But it's okay. This actually already provinces. What's more money, bank or copper bank tiara bank or copper tiara bank? Copper tiara bank is 1, 2, 8, 12. The other way is 1. No, I miscount that. 1, 7, 11. The other way is 1, 2, 10. And every copper you get, though, so I guess it's probably better for all. It may not even be true that it's better for all, depending on what cards we draw here. This does start to get tough, though, because now it's like taking any provinces is pretty scary. One more treasure suddenly makes it 1, 2, 1, 2, 10, 15. Or the other way, 1, 2, 3, 13. I guess it's just always better to do the I have to write up the inequality. I guess it's just always better to do the first banked tiara. It doesn't sound right, but maybe it's true. 1, 2, 3, 13. The other way is 1, and 10, 15. Yeah, this shuffle didn't. Well, it was a mess. It was never gonna be clean, so I can't complain too much. This is pretty funny, actually, though, that they didn't just play the siren. Like, you're obviously gonna play the siren. Thankfully, they can't game bank. They can get like Longship or Siren though, I guess. Or Mining Road, I suppose. Or they can just get Tiara. M's interesting. If we get 2 treasures, then we have double. I think double will be hard to beat. I don't think you get enough duchies here. I don't think the decks are necessarily set up for that. If 2 of the 3 are treasures, actually, even if one of them is just better than copper, then it works. If I draw 1 treasure better than copper, 2 coppers, or whatever, then we'll get there. I mean, there are even some worlds I think where we get to triple, but okay. So we drew 2 coppers, so this should work. And if I understand how this works correctly, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna double a 5, 8, 13, and then we're gonna get a 6. So we're gonna 19. Or we can go 1, 2, 3. I'm just checking again. I know it's not gonna work out. 1, 2, 3, a 4, and then double a 6, which gives us just 16. Oh, I didn't even think they'd already bought the. Okay. Well, we made it through. I was doing the mining road stuff. I don't know if I just got the better opportunity to do it, but it was fun to do the mining road stuff. So I don't know. I didn't feel super good about my play in those, but it worked out. They were a little uncontrolled. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all for the Plunder Release Finals.